Rory Redcape is one of the coolest toys to appear online since Chapter 5's release, which is why I decided to put his powers to the ultimate test. For the next 100 days, I'll be surviving in hardcore Minecraft as Rory Redcape. Armed with my candy sword and gingerbread shield, I'll smash my way through the horrors of Playtime Co. and rescue any defenseless toys I come across, all while growing into bigger and stronger forms. Will I be able to save my sister Lily Lovebraids from the clutches of the prototype, or will I become another victim to his evil plans? It was time to find out, as I spawned into Playtime Co. as Rory Redcape. I was having a tea party outside of my castle with my sister Lily Lovebraids.
Thank you for coming to my party, Rory.
I wouldn't miss it for the world, sis. Suddenly, the prototype emerged before the two of us.
I'm afraid it's time I crashed this little get-together.
He smashed his hands onto the ground, creating a hole underneath my sister. I watched in horror as Lily fell into the depths below.
Rory!
Lily!
Your sister's powers belong to me now. So long, you pathetic worm.
No! I'm taking my sister back, you monster! Armed with my sword and shield, I ran in full speed to take on the prototype. However, before I could lay a single hit on him, Candy Cat crashed into the room, stopping me in my tracks. Candy, what are you doing? We're friends!
Oh, we'll fall to the prototype!
Candy came after me with her crushing attacks, holding back nothing to try and strike me down. My friend had fallen under complete control of the prototype. I used my candy sword to try and snap her out of it, but she was too powerful. I couldn't keep up with her intense attacks. Suddenly, Candy landed a massive blow, stripping me of my sword, shield, and cape. I was completely defenseless. This is bad. I had to run!
Get back here!
I took my chance to run as the monstrous Candy Cat grabbed my items and charged after me. On day 2, I was being chased through Playtime Co. by the corrupted Candy Cat. She unleashed powerful Candyfy projectiles at me, trying to slow me down, but thanks to my small size, I was able to dodge them for now. As I made my way through the factory, I thought I spotted an interesting player. There are loads of secrets hidden throughout the video. Be sure to find them all. I continued running through Playtime Co. as Candy Cat chased behind me. Soon, I found myself at a dead end with Candy Cat closing in fast. Things were looking bleak. No, there has to be a way out of this! I looked around for a way out and spotted a vent in the wall. This'll have to do. With no other option, I fled into the vent as Candy Cat tried to claw me out from the other side. Luckily, she was too big to reach me. I have to get my cape, sword, and shield back if I want to stand a chance here. I better start looking. I passed through the vent until I managed to reach the other side, jumping down into another area. I was now inside of a mysterious cave filled with hordes of candy. Is this Candy Cat's nest? Before I could get my bearings, Candy Cat crashed into the room.
There you are!
Without warning, the monstrous cat came after me with the intent to kill. On day 3, I was under attack by the colossal Candy Cat monster. I hastily grabbed a candy cane from the ground and tried to defend myself with it, but it was no use. Without my original items, I was no match against her. Gah! She did pick up my stuff. I need to knock it out of her somehow. I mustered all the strength I had left and landed a clean hit onto Candy. I managed to knock my cape out of her and onto the ground. My cape! That'll help me get out of this! I made a run for my cape, but Candy quickly jumped into my path to stop me.
No! That cape is mine!
Candy Cat began to unleash bubblegum bubbles into the cave in an attempt to slow me down. Unfortunately for her, I knew just how to turn the tables. Using my makeshift weapon, I knocked the massive cat into one of her own bubbles, trapping her in place. This is my chance! I then reclaimed the cape that was rightfully mine. Suddenly, my body began to transform. My arms and legs extended and my strength increased tenfold. I had gained the ability to manipulate my cape in new powerful ways. Now this is more like it. 1 item down, 2 more to go. Candy managed to break free from the bubblegum trap and prepared her next attack.
Give me that cape!
No way! It's time for you to wake up! I quickly unleashed my new cape attacks onto the cat. Thanks to my new powers, I was strong enough to finally snap her out of her trance.
Huh? What happened to me?
The prototype took control over you. I need to get my sword and shield back so I can save Lily.
That monster! I'll help you get the rest of your items.
Not if I stop you first.
Suddenly, the terrifying Daddy Longlegs dropped down into the cave with us. Looks like the prototype got to you too. I braced myself as the monstrous spider came for me next. On days 4 through 7, I was locked in battle with Daddy Longlegs. He was able to use his blue spider attacks on me, proving to be a challenge even with the power of my cape upgrade. I tried my best to get the upper hand, but it was no use. Soon, I found myself cornered.
It's supper time.
Just before I could land the finishing blow, Candy came to my side, hitting the enemy with a powerful candy explosion attack.
You leave him alone!
Pesky pets need to be punished.
Daddy Longlegs unleashed a flurry of spiderwebs, trapping Candy where she stood. No! Candy!
Run!
I took my chance to run as Daddy Longlegs came crawling after me. He chased me out of the cave and into the halls of Playtime, stopping at nothing to try and capture me. We soon ended up back at Sweet Street in front of my castle, but just as I thought I had finally escaped, Daddy Longlegs dropped down in front of me.
Nowhere to turn now, puny prince.
He went in for the finishing blow, only to be captured in one of Candy Cat's bubblegum bubbles. Candy, you came back!
This won't hold him for long! Go to the castle, quick! You'll find more of your items in there!
I ran to the castle while I still had the chance, determined to find the rest of my lost items. On days 8 through 10, I arrived inside of my castle, but I knew immediately something was wrong. I felt like I was being watched. Something tells me I'm not alone. I heard the sound of footsteps approaching, forcing me to jump into hiding. Luckily, I managed to slip away just as Yarnaby entered the room. There it is. I can't let him spot me, otherwise I'm done for. I stealthed through the castle, using anything and everything for cover as Yarnaby stalked me through the entrance. Soon, I spotted a staircase, but Yarnaby stood by it, refusing to move. I need to get him out of here. I looked around and spotted a glass bottle, giving me an idea. Using my cape attack, I knocked the bottle down from afar, creating a much-needed distraction. Yarnaby ran towards the noise, giving me a chance to go upstairs while he was distracted. I reached the top of the stairway where I discovered my candy sword waiting for me. There it is! I made a run towards the sword, but in my excitement, I accidentally knocked over a nearby bottle, creating a loud crash on the ground. Man, I really need a recycle. Yarnaby stampeded into the room, ready to tear me to shreds. I braced myself for battle as Yarnaby came after me full force. On days 11 through 14, I was fighting it out with Yarnaby to reclaim my lost weapon. Yarnaby came after me with his raw strength, forcing me to fight back with my capabilities. However, even with my cape back in my arsenal, he was still too strong to defeat. I need my sword! It's the only way! I tried to run for my sword, but Yarnaby was able to cut me off. He opened his jaws and swallowed it whole before I could grab it. No! The monstrous toy came for me with another attack, forcing me to run. He chased me through the upstairs corridor of the castle, but no matter what I did, I couldn't shake him off. He was too fast. Just as I thought it couldn't get any worse, I ran onto a weak part of the floor, causing it to collapse under my feet. I fell down into the room below, but luckily my cape was able to save me from taking fatal fall damage. Ow! I can't take another hit like that. I need to keep moving. I looked around the room and spotted a mysterious tape on the ground. What's this about? I decided to play it on the TV nearby and watched as the film began to play. There, I saw Lily locked up in a cage within Playtime Co. Lily!
Someone! Help! I'm scared!
Shout all you want. Nobody is going to hear you.
No! My brother will! Rory will save me!
Before I could react, the video cut to static. That monster! He'll pay if he lays a single finger on my sister! Suddenly, Yarnaby dropped down from the hole in the ceiling and closed in on me. I had been discovered! On days 15 through 17, I tried to run to another room but was quickly cornered by Yarnaby. Things were looking bad. Just then, I spotted a fireplace burning in the room behind us, giving me an idea. Sorry, Yarnaby, but I think it's time I heated things up. I started wailing on Yarnaby as much as I could. Despite my attacks not doing much in the way of damage, I knocked Yarnaby back into the flames. The fluffy toy was quickly set ablaze. Yarnaby squealed in panic until he finally succumbed to the fire. Upon his death, he dropped the candy sword he had taken from me. Now's my chance! I reclaimed my candy blade, giving me the edge I needed. I became even more powerful, as my new incredible sword abilities could send out deadly waves of energy. Much better. All that's left now is my shield. Suddenly, the door to the room was broken down as Daddy Longlegs closed in.
Finally, I've caught you.
How did you get past Candy?
Let's just say cats and webs don't get along.
I turned and discovered Candy trapped in his webs from the hallway.
Help!
You'll join her next.
I prepared myself for round 2 in my fight against Daddy Longlegs. On days 18 through 21, I was locked in battle with Daddy Longlegs. The spider used his blue spider attacks to try and strike me down, but unlike before, I had my sword to aid me in the battle. I lashed out with my new sword wave powers, showing the enemy what I was really capable of. The massive spider toy came after me with every heavy hit he could muster, but thankfully I had my cape to defend me. Whenever the foe tried to strike me down, I dodged or used my cape to defend and conserve as much health as possible. I needed to win to save Candy Cat from Daddy Longlegs' clutches.
What? How is this possible? You're supposed to be weak.
Now that I have my sword, it'll take a lot more to stop me. With a swift blow from my sword, I was finally able to snap Daddy Longlegs out of his trance.
What happened?
The prototype took control over you. Are you okay?
Thanks to you, I am. That monster needs to be stopped. Mind if I join your cause?
We'd be happy to have you, but first I need to help Candy. I moved to the hall and cut Candy Cat free from her web prison.
Good job finding that sword!
Thanks! All that's left now is my gingerbread shield.
I know just where it is. Come with me!
I followed Candy Cat out of the castle back into Sweet Street in hopes of reclaiming my lost shield.
It should be just around here. Huh?
To both of our dismay, the shield was nowhere to be seen. All that was left was a trail of crumbs.
Where did it go? It was right here!
Suddenly, I spotted a toy moving in the distance. I'm not sure, but something tells me that that trail of crumbs has something to do with it. I quickly followed the trail of crumbs in hopes of capturing the runaway shield thief. On days 22 through 25, I followed the trails until I found myself at the entrance of a theater. I continued moving inside until I landed onto the stage, where I found more crumbs for my shield. I know you're hiding here. Come and face me! Suddenly, I was ambushed by the terrifying Kissy Missy.
Sorry, Rory, but that shield is mine now.
Without warning, she came after me with her slashing and needle attacks, overwhelming me with her surprising strength. Luckily, I had my candy sword to fight back. I defended myself with my cape and countered her attacks the best I could until we were brought to a stalemate. Did the prototype get to you too?
No! I'm getting this shield for Poppy so we can stop him.
Wait, if you're after the prototype, then we're on the same side. Just give me back my shield and…
No, we would never trust you. Your sister always admired the prototype. You're not going to trick us.
No, things have changed. He took Lily.
You're a liar. Sorry, but this is for your own good. Get him, Huggy!
Suddenly, a terrifying Huggy Wuggy ambushed me, bearing his razor-sharp jaws. Kissy managed to slip away as I was forced to deal with her blue counterpart. On days 26 through 28, I was locked in battle with Huggy Wuggy. His attacks were similar to Kissy's, but much stronger. He slashed at me with incredible power to try and strike me down, but I refused to be defeated easily. I fought back with everything I could, leaving us neck and neck. Even so, Huggy was a tough opponent to beat. Come on, snap out of it! To my horror, Huggy was able to land a powerful blood attack, leaving me weak. If I couldn't turn the tide soon, I was going to lose. I ran off the stage and back into the lobby where I needed to quickly come up with a plan. Just then, I noticed a light hanging over my head, giving me an idea. I waited for Huggy to get close and make his way under the light above. Sorry, Huggy, but I need that shield. I used my sword's power to slice the light down, sending it crashing onto Huggy below. Little did I know, my problems were about to get a lot worse. Suddenly, flames began to spread around the area. The damaged light had accidentally started a fire. Oh no, I need to get out of here! I made a run for it as the flames spread rapidly around me. On days 29 through 32, I fled through the burning theater, trying to escape in one piece. I ran down a path only for part of the burning ceiling to crash down in front of me, forcing me backward. I guess we're going another way. I pressed onwards, trying to find another way out, but I was faced with flames everywhere I turned. I thought I was out of options, but I finally managed to see a way through the fire. There it is! Almost there!
Not so fast.
Before I could escape, Kissy dropped down into my path, blocking me. Come on, Kissy! We're on the same side! Just let me go!
I'll never believe someone like you. You and your sister have always been liars.
Kissy Missy began chasing after me, and I ran off deeper into the depths of the theater. I ran through the giant hallways, hoping Kissy wouldn't catch up to me, but she was fast. I'm almost out of here. I tried to make a run for the exit, but before I could, the terrifying Huggy landed in front of me, blocking my path. Oh no! What do I do? Huggy charged after me, but I was able to swiftly dodge out of the way, causing him to hit Kissy instead.
Huggy! Stop!
I watched as Huggy mindlessly attacked his master. This was my chance to escape, but I couldn't just let Kissy die. I might regret this later, but it's the right thing to do. Reluctantly, I jumped into battle, ready to defend Kissy. On days 33 through 35, I was once again fighting it out with Huggy Wuggy, in hopes of saving Kissy from his wrath. During the conflict, Kissy was hit with a heavy hit from Huggy, knocking her out cold. Kissy, no! Ugh, you're going down, Huggy! We both clashed once again, sending out all the attacks we could throw at each other. Just like our previous battle, the two of us were evenly matched, but luckily this time I had a plan. I managed to land a swift sword attack, knocking the toy into the fire behind us. The flames quickly overtook him, allowing me to land a finishing strike, defeating Huggy once and for all. Once the chaos ended, I went to check on Kissy Missy. Hey, are you okay?
You saved me, even after all that?
Like I said, we're on the same side. Do you believe me now?
I think I have to. I'm sorry for everything. Here, this belongs to you.
To my surprise, Kissy Missy handed over my lost gingerbread shield. I reclaimed it as a new transformation began to unfold. I grew massive in size, gaining a muscular body as the power of the gingerbread shield took hold. I now was not only stronger, but also had new incredible powers. Finally! With this, I have the power to save Lily!
I'll tell Poppy you're on our side now, but we'd better get out of here before we burn up too.
Kissy moved on ahead, but before I could follow behind her, a powerful blast flew past and struck the ceiling, causing the exit to collapse. No! Who did this?
Surprise!
I turned and watched in horror as the prototype himself loomed over me. On days 36 through 39, I was face to face with the prototype. Let my sister go!
And waste all of those useful parts. No can do. Lily is going to be my greatest creation yet.
We aren't toys for you to play with. We have our own minds, our own dreams. You can't do whatever you want with us.
Then why am I so much more powerful than all of you? The strongest toy will always rule over the weak. I'll show you that now.
Without warning, the massive toy attacked. I used everything I had to fight back, including my candy sword, cape, and gingerbread shield. But he was by far the strongest enemy I had faced thus far. He unleashed his deadly abilities, overwhelming me with his raw strength. I tried to fight back with my new abilities, but it was no use. They weren't enough to defeat the king of Playtime himself. No, but I got all my items back.
It'll take more than that to stop me.
Suddenly, the prototype landed a powerful attack, leaving me on the ropes. What are you waiting for? Finish me off!
No, I have bigger plans for you. Thanks for your parts, Rory.
The monstrous toy broke the ground underneath me, sending me falling into the depths of Playtime Co. I landed onto a conveyor belt below, but it wasn't long before I realized I was headed straight towards a giant grinder. He's gonna turn me to scrap! I need to get out of here! On days 40 through 43, I ran as fast as I could on a high-speed conveyor belt before I was sent towards my doom. Oh man, I'm not sure how long I can keep this up! I began inching closer and closer towards the grinder and boiling lava as I ran for my life. If I didn't come up with a plan soon, I would be toast. Ugh! Come on! There has to be a way to stop this thing! I started looking closer at the nearby area and soon spotted the machine powering the belt I was on. Thinking quickly, I used my powers to blast to the power source, causing it to malfunction and power down the belt. I was saved! The prototype isn't messing around. If I want to defeat him, I need to get even stronger. But how? Just then, I spotted a small smiling critter at the end of the hallway I was in, secretly watching me.
Whoa, he stopped the conveyor belt all by himself. He's strong.
Howdy. You think you could help me with a little...
I've been spotted!
Before I could say anything else, the smiling critter ran off without a second thought. Huh? No, wait, come back! Wanting to know more, I chased after the little toy in hopes of learning how to increase my power. On days 44 through 46, I sprinted down the hallways chasing after the smiling critter that had been spying on me.
Ah! Stop following me!
I just want some answers! Stop running! The little orange dog was quick to move ahead of me, zipping around corners as he went, but I kept up the chase. As I ran, I thought I spotted a mysterious yellow player. Did you see that? Rewatch the video at 0.25 speed and try to find the secret. I then ran around the next corner to see the smiling critter was trapped at a dead end with nowhere else to run.
Oh no! Please spare me!
Whoa, calm down, buddy. I'm not here to hurt you. My name's Rory. I just need your help. Do you know any way a toy can get stronger?
Stronger? Why would you need to do that? You look plenty strong to me.
Not strong enough, I suppose. I need more power to defeat the prototype.
Catnap might know something, but he would never listen to a traitor like you.
Traitor?
He's a follower of the prototype. He sees him as a god.
That doesn't matter. I need to know.
Fine, but it's your funeral. I'm Dog Day, by the way. Now come with me.
I followed behind Dog Day out of the area and into the hallways of Playtime Co. Soon, we arrived at a sealed doorway where the critter began typing in a code to enter.
Hey, no peeking. It's a secret passcode.
Oops, sorry. Soon enough, Dog Day unlocked the door and led me into Catnap's hidden room. There, Catnap stood before us with his back turned.
Catnap, sir? I brought someone who wants to speak with you. He's trying to eliminate the prototype.
What? How dare you bring this traitor to me?
Catnap then used his overwhelming strength to strike down the critter where he stood.
And you? What do you want?
Please, I just need to get stronger and save my sister.
And why should I help you? You want to kill our god?
All I want to do is save Lily. There has to be something I can do to prove myself to you.
The only way I would help scum like you is if you do me a favor. The nightmare critters have been taking my smiling critters. If you can stop them, then I might consider telling you what you want.
I'll do it.
Then hurry up and make yourself useful. For now, be gone.
Catnap suddenly unleashed his poppy gas into the room, forcing me back out into the halls. Jeez, what crawled into his litter box?
I heard that.
Oops. Okay, just need to find where the nightmare critters are keeping the smiling critters. I then set off, hoping I can complete Catnap's request of saving the smiling critters. On days 47 through 50, I scoured the halls of Playtime Co. searching for any signs of the nightmare critters. They have to be around here somewhere. Just then, I crossed paths with someone in the halls. Is that Simon Smoke? Uh-oh. Hey, you're not getting away from me! I chased after the suspect to soon arrive at the nightmare critters hideout. There, I spotted one of the smiling critters trapped in a cage.
Help me! Get me out of here!
Oh, no, you don't. Nightmare critters assemble!
Like clockwork, each one of the nightmare critters revealed themselves from the nearby doors and joined Simon Smoke's side. Soon enough, they merged into one giant monster, ready to strike down anything that stood in their way. Well, dang. This is gonna be harder than I thought. Without warning, the giant beast charged towards me, ready to take me down. They used their hulking size to try and crush me, so I had to do my best to dodge their attacks. I used every power and ability I'd acquired over my journey so far on the threat, but the nightmare monster proved to be a tough foe. The beast fired out scorching colored fire breath towards me, cinching my health when I got hit. We went back and forth, but neither of us were backing down. The beast's upgraded form was just too tough to crack.
Surrender now! You will not win this fight!
Never! I need to get stronger for Lily!
Too bad that'll never happen. Goodbye, Rory Redcape.
The nightmare monster was about to hit me with a final blow, until suddenly Bubba fan started jumping and shouting in the background.
Hey! Over here, ugly!
Quiet, you! You're next.
Do it now, Rory!
The monster now had his back turned, giving me a chance to take advantage of the situation. I sent down a devastating surprise attack onto the beast, eliminating them once and for all. When dust settled, I moved towards the critter's cage, breaking Bubba free.
Thanks for saving me.
Hey, just put in a good word for me with Catnap. Let's go before more of those things show up. We both left the area to return back to Catnap. On days 51 through 54, we returned to the room where Catnap was waiting for us.
Hey, Catnap! I'm alive!
I did what you asked. Now help me get stronger.
You're actually back. That wasn't the plan.
What plan?
I'll let you guys figure this out. Bye!
You were supposed to be killed.
What? You sent me on a mission to die?
Of course I did. I never intended to help you. You're an enemy of my god.
Well, joke's on you. I'm tougher than you think. Now, you need to hold up your side of the deal.
I don't have to listen to the likes of you. I'll just finish what those lousy nightmare critters couldn't.
Suddenly, the mechanical door slammed shut, and the massive toy attacked me with everything he had. Catnap lashed at me with his power attacks, trying his best to strike me down. I did my best to defend myself using my gingerbread shield, but the cat proved to be a tough foe. Using my candy sword, I slashed at Catnap, dwindling his health as much as I could. Even though I thought I was doing good damage, he stood strong, continuing to throw out his furball blast and powerful beam attacks in my direction.
You're in my domain, you pesky toy.
Catnap unleashed a veil of poppy gas, trying to disorient me, but luckily I had my cape to help. I used my cape to clear the air of the toxic gas, allowing me to find an opening. That won't work on me! I took my chance to go in, landing a powerful sword slam attack that left Catnap weak. Do you surrender now?
Fine, I'll help you. But you better listen. I won't say this twice. There are special gems scattered throughout the factory that are designed to empower even lowly toys like you. If you can obtain that power, then you might stand a chance against the mighty prototype.
Then I know what I gotta do. Thank you.
I wouldn't thank me so soon. Yeah!
The ravenous cat tried to catch me by surprise with an attack, but I saw through him. I was able to take him down once and for all with a swift strike from my sword. I wanted to spare you! What a waste! Wait, what's that? Upon his death, Catnap dropped one of the Playtime Co gems I've been seeking, along with a map titled Playtime Prison. I picked up the gem, causing power to surge through me. I grew even larger in size and gained new abilities to aid me in battle. Playtime Prison, huh? Looks like I have a lead. With my new lead in hand, I set off, determined to find the remaining gems. On days 55 through 57, I arrived at the location on the map to find myself in the Playtime Co prison. The next gem should be around here somewhere. Before I could get a better look around, a deadly attack flew by me, nearly striking me down.
An outsider? Get out of here!
Without warning, the powerful toy Doughy the Doughman appeared before me. No, wait, I don't want to fight! Doughy refused to listen as he came after me full force to protect his home. He used his powerful dough attacks to try and strike me down, forcing me to defend myself with attacks of my own. Even so, I didn't want to hurt him. I used my shield as best as I could, but if this went on too long, I'd certainly meet my doom. Whoa, wait, truce! I didn't come here to fight! Suddenly, Doughy stopped his attack. To my surprise, he was actually prepared to listen.
Then what do you want?
I came looking for one of the gems of Playtime Co. I needed to defeat the prototype and save my sister.
Did you say prototype? Maybe our interests really do align.
What do you say? Can you take me to the gem?
I'm sorry, but I just can't believe you blindly. You'll have to prove yourself first.
I'm willing to do anything. Just say the word.
One of our allies was taken away by the enemy. If you can rescue them, then I'll show you the way to the gem.
You can count on me. Doughy handed over a map to help me find his lost ally.
They should be around there. But be careful. Everyone we've sent thus far has never returned.
I'll keep that in mind. Here goes nothing. With my new mission ready, I set off to search for the lost toy. On days 56 through 61, I followed the map to another part of Playtime Co. There, I saw the toy I was looking for stranded on the other side of an electrical obstacle course. That must be who needs saving. Let's see how smooth I can make this go. With nowhere to go but forward, I began to navigate the course, doing my best to avoid the deadly electrical traps that lighted my path. As I made my way through, I thought I spotted something, but when I tried to take a closer look, it was gone. Did you see that? Rewatch the video at 0.25 speed and try to find the secret. Just as I thought I was reaching the end, a powerful electrical wall stood in my path. Gingerbread shield, don't fail me now! I held out my shield and charged forward, breaking through the barrier towards the toy ahead. After a long battle, I finally managed to reach the end of the obstacle course. Hang in there a little longer. I'm here to help.
Watch out!
Suddenly, Bubba Fan dropped in front of me. You again? I saved you from the nightmare critters.
Yeah, but then you killed our leader.
Hey, I wanted to spare Catnap. He attacked me first.
I don't care who started it. I'm getting revenge.
I'd like to see you try, Shorty.
Oh, I have a plan for that.
Just then, Bubba threw a potion down onto his feet, causing him to grow in size and soon completely transform into a much stronger smiling critter. He grew massive tusks, armed with golden armor and powerful water cannons. The tiny critter was now a force to be reckoned with. Uh-oh.
You're mine now!
I braced myself as the empowered Bubba Fant stampeded towards me. On days 62 through 64, I was locked in combat with the mutated Bubba Fant. He lashed at me with his powerful tusks while trying to strike me down with his water cannon attacks. His new form was truly powerful, and it was hard to dodge his overwhelming abilities. I did my best to fight back, using all the attacks I've acquired so far to try and get the upper hand, but he was so strong.
Not so small now, huh, Prince?
Doesn't matter how big you get, I'll always win in the name of Lily. I went in with a slash attack, but his golden armor was too strong for my sword to pierce through. If I wanted to come out on top, I was gonna have to come up with another plan. Bubba blasted me with more water, nearly sending me falling down into the electrical traps around us. Luckily, I managed to hold strong.
What's the matter? Scared of getting zapped?
Wait, that's it! With my new plan in mind, we continued fighting until I had him right where I wanted him. I then took my chance to knock Bubba back with a sword slam attack, sending him falling into the electrical trap below.
Ah!
Water and electricity don't mix! You're going down! Bubba Fant was overwhelmed by the electricity. It wasn't long before he was finally defeated, allowing me to rush to Cat B's aid. I opened the cage, freeing the captured toy.
Thank you for saving me.
Don't thank me yet! More smiling critters could show up. Let's get back to Doey before it's too late. On days 65 through 67, I returned to the Playtime prison with the rescued toy by my side. There, Doey was waiting for us.
Oh my gosh, Cat B! He actually managed to save you!
He sure did. Thank you again, Rory.
I'm always happy to help a toy in need. Cat B went on her way, leaving me alone with Doey.
We've lost a lot of good toys trying to save him. Thank you for taking on this quest. We are in your debt.
I know just how you can pay it back. Take me to the next Playtime gem.
Of course. Come with me.
Doey took me to another part of the prison where he revealed the next Playtime gem to me. I finally grabbed it, causing its power to surge through me. My form grew even larger and more powerful as I embraced the strength of the second gem.
Use it wisely.
Suddenly, the prototype dropped down behind Doey and me.
You're gonna need it!
You!
I'm getting tired of how peaceful things are here. How about we stir things up?
Without warning, the prototype used his powers to strike Doey. Something terribly wrong was going on.
No! Ah!
I watched in horror as Doey's once friendly form contorted into a terrible monster. The friend I had made was now unrecognizable. Doey!
Good luck dealing with that mess. You're gonna need it.
The prototype fled the scene as the monstrous Doey set his sights on me, ready to destroy. On days 68 through 72, the corrupted Doey monster attacked me full force. I unleashed my newly upgraded strength onto the beast, doing everything I could to try and take him down. But the prototype's curse had empowered him far beyond his original form. In his new form, Doey was able to use ravenous dough attacks to turn the battle in his favor. He was quickly proving to be a challenging foe. Doey, I know you're in there somewhere! Snap out of it! Despite my best efforts to get through to him, it was no use. Doey continued to attack me with everything he had. My friend was gone. It's no use! I need to stop him before it's too late! I charged back in and quickly slashed at his mouth, but to my surprise, he recoiled in pain and backed away from me. Wait, that must be his weak point. I'm sorry, Doey. I have to keep the other toys safe. With his weakness revealed, I pointed my blade into the sky and unleashed a powerful laser attack directly into the mouth of my enemy. Doey collapsed in defeat, overwhelmed by my power. I had successfully stopped the monster from causing any more chaos. Sorry, Doey. I'll make the prototype pay for what he did to you. Suddenly, Kissy Missy emerged before me. Kissy? What are you doing here?
I heard the prototype came to cause trouble again. It looks like I'm too late, though.
It's okay. I took care of it. But now I need to find that last gem. Any leads on where it might be?
I think I might have an idea. Here, take this.
Kissy handed me a map to help take me towards the next gem. Thank you, Kissy. I won't let you guys down. With my new mission in mind, I set off, determined to get the next gem at any cost. On days 73 through 75, I arrived at the location on Kissy's map where I discovered the final playtime gem waiting. There it is! One step closer to taking on the prototype. I went to grab my prize, but before I could, Chum Chompkins jumped out of nowhere, swallowing the gem whole. Hey, give that back! Chum made a run for it, forcing me to give chase after the stolen gem. I pursued Chum through the halls of Playtime Co. As I did, I thought I spotted an interesting player, but I couldn't slow down to take a better look. Did you see that? Rewatch the video at 0.25 speed and try to find it. During the chase, Chum stopped and turned towards me, unleashing his sonic roar attacks to try and slow me down. Luckily, I had the power of my gingerbread shield and cape to defend myself, allowing me to press onwards. That won't stop me! I continued the pursuit, and soon Chum found himself cornered in a room. Alright, enough games! Hand over that gem! I began to approach Chum to grab my prize, but just then, a voice was heard behind me.
I wouldn't be so eager.
Before I could get the gem, the prototype emerged behind me.
I'm impressed you keep slipping past my obstacles. You're proving to be far more annoying than I had hoped.
Stop mocking me! I won't let you get away with your evil plans!
I admire the enthusiasm, but that will be impossible! I'm far stronger than you are!
Not for long. Not once I get that next gem! I turned around back towards Chum, but to my horror, he was gone. What? Where did he go?
I guess your little ally got scared. I can't say I blame him. Now I finish what we started.
I braced myself as the prototype came charging towards me full force. On days 76 through 79, I was facing off against the strongest toy in Playtime Co. The prototype came after me with his powerful stolen toy arm attacks, quickly proving why he had ruled over this place for so long. I tried to fight back with my new powers to get the upper hand, but he was tough. If it wasn't for my upgrades, I would have been bested in moments. However, despite my best efforts, I was still fighting a losing battle. If I truly wanted to defeat the prototype, I needed the power of the final gem.
You've gotten stronger, but not strong enough!
Suddenly, I was struck with a powerful explosive attack, leaving me vulnerable. Things were looking bleak. No, I've come so far. This can't end here.
Unfortunately, that's not your choice to make. So long, Rory.
Just as I thought I was done for, Giblet came out of nowhere driving a mech suit, hitting the prototype from the side.
Leave him alone!
What the? You little pest, you'll pay for that!
The prototype turned his sights onto Giblet, trying to take him down. Luckily, the little toy was able to use his souped-up armor to endure the attacks.
Do you really think you can defeat me?
No way! But I can slow you down! Fire in the hole!
Suddenly, Giblet unleashed an explosive attack of his own, disorienting the prototype.
Come with me if you want to live!
You don't have to tell me twice. The two of us took our chance to escape the area, narrowly fleeing from the clutches of the prototype for now. On days 80 through 83, I followed Giblet to another part of Playtime Co. where we could hide.
I think we lost him for now. And that was the rest of my mech's power. It's out of commission for now.
Well, regardless, thanks for the help back there. Without you, I would have been a goner.
Hey, us toys have to look out for each other.
You should tell that to Chum. He took the final gem before I could get it.
Oh, I think we can help with that. Come on out, buddy.
Just then, Chum Chompkins emerged before us. You! Why did you take that gem from me?
Sorry, I set Chum up to do it. We were wanting to take it before the prototype could. It was a safety precaution.
All right, fine. But can I have it now?
For sure. Hand it over, Chum.
Suddenly, Chum began to act strangely as if he was losing a sense of himself. Something terribly wrong was happening. Is your boy good?
I'm not sure. What's wrong, Chum?
Without warning, Chum lashed out at Giblet, swallowing him whole. He scaled up in size, becoming an even more terrifying threat. Oh no! He's been corrupted by the prototype! I prepared for battle as the corrupted Chum came after me next. On days 84 through 86, I was fighting against the mind-controlled Chum Chompkins. In his empowered state, Chum was able to unleash even more powerful screech attacks onto me, proving to be a powerful opponent. I did my best to fight back, using my attacks to try and throw him off guard, but he was too strong to defeat in his upgraded state. I needed to get my hands on the gem he had eaten. I need to make him spit out that gem, but how? Just then, I looked down at my sword, getting an idea. My weapons are made of candy. Time to use that to my advantage. I smashed my sword against a nearby object, causing candy shards to splinter off of it. Chum came after me, but I was ready to put my plan to the test. Hungry? Eat this! I began throwing the gathered candy shards into his mouth, causing him to swallow them instead. Chum grinded to a halt as he quickly began to get sick. Looks like you ate too many sweets. Chum spat up the gem, finally giving me the chance I was waiting for. I scooped up the Playtime gem and its power surged through me, causing me to upgrade. I scaled even larger in size and obtained immense amounts of strength. Time to wake you up! With my newfound power, I charged up my sword and hit Chum with a powerful attack. I managed to defeat him, causing him to spit out Giblet and shrink back down to his original size.
Yeah. You okay, Chum?
That could have been bad. The prototype's influence is spreading faster than we thought.
Yeah, but now that you have the last gem, we might stand a chance. Find Candy Cat. She knows where the prototype is hiding.
Thanks for the help, you two. Be careful. With all the gems now in my possession, I set off towards Sweet Street in hopes of finding Candy Cat. On days 87 through 89, I returned to Sweet Street, but to my surprise, Candy Cat was nowhere to be found. That's strange. Where did she go? I scoured the area in search of my lost friend, but didn't manage to find her. Just then, I stumbled upon a trail of blue fur on the ground. Wait, that looks an awful lot like Candy's fur. I followed the trail, but as I reached the end of it, I accidentally stepped onto a pressure plate, causing a cage to appear around me. What the heck?
Looks like I captured another troublemaker.
Suddenly, Miss Delight emerged before me. Miss Delight? Do you have something to do with Candy going missing?
I just did what any responsible teacher would with a naughty toy. I sent her to detention.
Detention? What is that supposed to mean?
If you want to see her so badly, I can take you there. You both have been causing loads of trouble around here for the prototype.
I'm not scared of you. Take me to detention. But I'm freeing Candy Cat no matter what.
Oh, but you should be scared. I have big plans for naughty toys like you. You'll see soon enough.
Before I could react, Miss Delight flipped a switch, causing the ground to open under my feet. I dropped down deeper into her trap, unsure where she intended to take me. On days 90 through 92, I landed inside of a classroom where I discovered Candy Cat trapped inside of a cage. Candy!
Rory, what are you doing here?
I was looking for you. Hang on, I can get you out of here. Just then, Miss Delight stepped forward.
Nuh-uh-uh. Detention is about to start.
You again! Let us go!
Not unless you ace your pop quiz. Only good students are allowed to leave detention.
Pop quiz?
It's simple. Answer all 3 of my questions correctly and you're both free to go. Get even one wrong and Candy will be disposed of.
Disposed of? Isn't that a little harsh for one wrong answer?
I'm the teacher here. Don't you talk back to me.
Yes, ma'am.
You got this, Rory. Just focus.
Your quiz begins now. Question 1. What is Playtime Co's most iconic toy?
That prize goes to Huggy Wuggy.
Correct. But don't get too confident yet. Question 2. What is 13 plus 7?
Oh, that's simple. 20.
Also correct. Just one more question to go. What is my favorite color?
What? How am I supposed to know that?
Tick-tock, your time is running out.
Psst, Rory.
I looked over to see Candy was trying to get my attention. What is it?
I'm gonna confuse her. When I give the cue, break me out of here.
On it.
Hey, Miss Delight. I have a question for you.
What do you want, troublemaker?
Is color even real? I mean, I'm a cat. I'm colorblind. What is color really?
That's the stupidest question I've ever heard. Color is, well, color looks like, I don't know actually.
While Miss Delight was distracted, I sneakily made my way closer towards the cage, ready to execute the plan.
Now, Rory!
When Candy gave me the signal, I used my sword to break her free from the prison.
You tricked me!
That's right. It's time for the students to rule.
On days 93 through 95, Candy escaped from her prison. Miss Delight ran in to stop her, but Candy quickly showed her who the stronger toy was. They traded attacks, but thanks to Candy's strength, she was able to strike down Miss Delight once and for all. Good thinking back there. She nearly got me with that last question.
Don't mention it. The quiz was rigged to begin with.
Now that Miss Delight is out of the way, I need your help. I got the final gem and I need to find where the prototype is hiding.
I can help you with that. Here, take this.
Candy handed over a map where I could find the prototype. I finally had his whereabouts, but a sense of dread came over me. So this is really it. The final battle is approaching now.
Are you sure you're ready? Even with the gems, you might not be strong enough to stop him.
You might be right, but if that's the case, then how am I supposed to get stronger?
Lily used to talk about having a lovely gem she admired. Maybe that one holds power like the other ones you found.
Are you saying there could be a secret fourth gem?
There's only one way to find out, right?
Well, for Lily's sake and all of Playtime Co., I hope you're right.
You could check her house. It shouldn't be far from here.
All right, thanks for the help, Candy. I'll check there first.
Good luck!
I parted ways with Candy and set off in search of what could be potentially the secret fourth gem. On days 96 through 98, I arrived at Lily's dollhouse. If there's any chance of finding that fourth gem, it would be here. Time to get searching. I entered the building and began to explore the halls in search of the gem. As I investigated, I spotted an interesting yellow player sitting at Lily's dinner table. Did you find all the secrets? Be sure to watch the video from the beginning and try to find them all. I continued investigating the house and soon spotted a plate of crumpets sitting on the ground beside an empty table. What's that doing here? Lily would never put her precious crumpets on the floor. I picked up the plate and placed it on the table. But to my surprise, the room began to shake. A secret passage revealed itself to me. Whoa, what's this? I entered the secret room to find a chest waiting inside along with a note. I picked it up and began to read. My dearest Rory.
If you're reading this, you found my secret room. Of course you would know how to get here. You know me better than anyone else. I left something for you to help with the hardships ahead. Know that your sister always believes in you, and I'm counting on you to keep Playtime Co safe. Sincerely, Lily.
Looks like Lily left me a gift. Let's see what it is. I opened the chest and inside was the secret fourth Playtime gem. I grabbed it, causing me to once again get an incredible upgrade. I grew even larger in size as my power increased even more. This is just what I needed. Thank you, Lily. I'm coming to save you. With the power of the fourth gem in my possession, I set off, prepared to take down the prototype once and for all. On day 99, I arrived at the location on the map Candy gave me. The prototype was nowhere to be found, but trapped in a cage was none other than my sister Lily.
Rory, you came!
Of course I did. I wouldn't leave you here to be turned to scrap.
You've grown so much on your journey. I assume you got my note?
That's right. Thank you for the gem. With this additional upgrade, the prototype isn't gonna know what hit him.
Fourth gem or not, you're as good as rubble when I'm finished with you.
Our reunion was interrupted as the prototype emerged before us.
I'm getting tired of you. Let me out of here or else Rory's going to kick your butt.
I think you two need a reminder of who's really in charge here.
The prototype prepared to send out an attack at my sister, but before he could, I was quickly able to knock him away before he had a chance. You leave my sister alone. If you want to hurt her, you have to go through me.
My, how admirable. You really have been a pain in my side, haven't you?
And I'll keep being one until you let us go.
I'm afraid I can't do that. It's time I took my rightful place as king, once and for all. If my minions can't take care of the dirty work, then I will.
Fine, then I'm gonna have to defeat you instead.
That's a lot of confidence coming from the toy I've bested multiple times over now. Can you really beat me?
Don't let him get to you. You're stronger than you were before.
She's right. I won't give up without a fight.
Then prove your work to me right here, right now, Rory Redcape. The future of Playtime Co. and your sister depends on it.
I braced myself as the prototype came after me full force. The final battle had finally begun. On day 100, I was facing off against the ultimate enemy, the prototype, to decide the fate of Playtime Co. Like our previous battles, he came after me with crushing attacks, showing the full extent of his power. I fought back with everything I had, using the powers I had obtained over my journey to their full extent. Thanks to the fourth Playtime gem, the two of us were neck and neck.
I have to say, you are stronger than I had anticipated.
Surrender and I'll make it quick.
No need. I'll crush you even with the power of that extra gem. As the king of Playtime Co., all of you are below me.
The prototype tried to get the one-up on me with a fireball attack, but I used my shield to protect myself.
No, it's impossible. You can't block my attacks with a mere cookie.
Sure I can. I'm Rory Redcape. I took my chance to land a devastating sword laser attack, leaving the prototype weak. Now's my chance. I'm coming for you, Lily. I ran towards Lily's cage and broke her free from the prison. Finally, the two of us were reunited.
You did it! You defeated the prototype! I'm so proud of you!
No, this isn't over until I say it is.
To our surprise, the prototype unleashed a space-bending attack, tearing open a portal behind Lily. I watched in horror as my sister was sucked inside of it. Lily, no!
If you want to save your sister, then you have to be ready to risk it all. In any universe, in any scenario, I'll always find you.
The prototype finally gave in to his wounds, but it was too late. I had to go after my sister. Hang in there, I'm coming for you. With no other choice, I jumped through the portal, unsure of what would become of me. As I spawned into Playtime Co. as Lily Lovebraids. A rebellion was raging on around us as the prototype and myself unleashed our power onto the other toys. We were taking over Playtime Co. as its rightful rulers.
All of you will bow down before me. I am your savior. I am the prototype.
Using the strength of my braids, I was able to take down one final toy, finally winning us the battle. That's the last of them. Finally, Playtime Co. belongs to us!
Us? I think you're mistaken.
Suddenly, the prototype turned on me, crushing me down with a powerful mommy arm slap attack. What are you doing? You promised I could rule alongside you!
I would never rule with a pathetic doll like you. You're just a pawn, and sadly, I don't need you anymore.
He hit me with another devastating blow, knocking me towards the edge of a deep dark pit.
It's time that you were turned into scrap. So long, Lovebraids.
Without hesitation, he pushed me over the edge, sending me into the depths below. On day 2, I landed at the bottom of the pit to find myself inside of an incinerator. I was on a conveyor belt, heading towards my certain doom. I watched as the other toys around me quickly met their fiery demise. If I didn't act fast, I would be next. I gotta get out of here. I tried to run off the conveyor belt, but suddenly another toy dropped down, blocking my path.
You're going down with us.
Out of my way! Hoppy Hopscotch began smacking me towards the fiery pit, but I was able to outmaneuver her and throw out an attack, sending Hoppy falling down into the flames behind us. Unfortunately for me, it was too late. I was now nearing the edge of the pit too. There's no time to run. How am I gonna escape this? Suddenly, I noticed a spinning cog powering the belt, giving me an idea. Using my hairball attack, I was able to tangle up the cog, causing it and the conveyor belt to grind to a halt. The exit door opened, giving me a way to escape the trap. I can't believe the prototype betrayed me, and after everything I did to help him, he's gonna pay for this. I entered the next room, but as I did, the ground under my feet began to tremble violently. Just then, a giant ragbag bursted into the room. A new, bigger body? The prototype isn't messing around! I braced myself for battle as the massive toy charged towards me full force. On day 3, I was fighting for my life against the enraged ragbag bigger body. He unleashed his heavy attacks on me, proving just how strong he really was. I tried to fight back with my braid powers, but in my current form, my abilities were still limited. I was losing the battle. Come on, I can't give up here! Just as I thought things couldn't get worse, the toy managed to land a powerful slam attack, leaving me vulnerable. Is this really the end?
Not so fast.
Suddenly, Candy Cat jumped into the fray, sending out massive bubblegum bubbles into the room. The ragbag was soon trapped inside of a giant gum bubble.
That won't hold him for long. Come with me.
I took my chance to escape the room of Candy Cat and ran down the nearby hallways to take cover inside of another room.
What are you doing down here? I thought you worked for the prototype.
Not anymore. The jerk betrayed me just so he could rule this place for himself.
You don't have to let him get away with this. Let's work together and turn that guy to scrap. Then the two of us can rule this place instead.
I like the way you think. You got yourself a deal. Just then, the ragbag broke into the room we were hiding in. He had managed to escape his trap. Candy tried to stop him again, but before she could, the beast knocked her backwards into a device inside of the room. Candy!
We're partners now, right? Well, come here before it's too late. This is our last shot.
The monster stormed towards me next. It was now or never. On days 4 through 7, I entered the device with Candy Cat as it activated around us. Power surged through my body as I transformed into an entirely new form. I grew bigger in size and my braids became longer and even more powerful. I was now fused with Candy Cat. Whoa, this power is incredible!
See? You should always listen to me. Now, let's smoke this guy.
The ragbag came in to try and finish us off, but we now had the combined strength of our new form to fight him. I unleashed my new braid attacks on the big body, showing just how powerful I really was now. With a few swift hits, we managed to take down the ragbag once and for all. You better watch out, Prototype. We're coming for you next. Before I could react, Chum Chompkins appeared out of nowhere, swallowing me whole in his massive jaws.
He's trying to take us to the prototype.
We're not going with you. Enjoy the hairball.
I used my new hair attack to make Chum spit us out before making a run for it. Unfortunately for me, he wasn't going to give up easily. Chum chased after us through the halls of Playtime Co. As I ran, I spotted a familiar face, but I didn't have time to slow down to take a better look. Did you see that? I think it was Doughy the Dough Man. I put him wandering around the whole video. Try to find them all. Soon, I found myself in a hallway full of deadly biomass. If we wanted to escape Chum now, we had to tread carefully. I guess we're going this way?
Don't mess this up. I do not want that stuff in my fur.
On days 8 through 10, I began to move through the dangerous terrain as Chum continued to chase me in hot pursuit. I didn't think Candy and I were gonna make it until suddenly the air was filled with red smoke. To our surprise, the smoke was enough to make Chum retreat.
Yeah, that's right. Run, you coward.
Candy? I've got a bad feeling about this. Suddenly, Catnap appeared in front of us, blocking our path.
Well. Are you lost down here?
Out of our way.
The only toy I take orders from is the prototype.
The massive cat came after us with his razor-sharp claws, trying to slice us down. We were no match for his strength. We had to keep moving. We jumped through biomass terrain as Catnap continued to chase after us in hot pursuit. One wrong move through this area and we would have been done for. Luckily, we managed to reach the other side of the biomass, only to find a gaping hole in the ground. This doesn't look safe.
I don't think we have much of a choice. Jump!
With nowhere else to turn, we jumped down the hole, unsure of where it would take us. On days 11 through 14, we landed at the bottom of the hole to find ourselves in Sweet Street. However, the place had been infested with Catnap's critter friends. Candy and I managed to duck into cover before the toys could set their sights on us.
Looks like Catnap's been busy.
We need to get these critters out of here. Luckily, I think I have just what we need in my house.
How are we supposed to get inside? Those things are everywhere.
We'll just have to lay low. Come on. Using our surroundings to our advantage, we stealthed through Sweet Street, doing our best to stay out of the sights of the wandering critters. We finally got in close towards the entrance of my house, only to find that it was being guarded by Bobby Bearhug.
Any more bright ideas?
Of course! Using my hairball attack, I made a distraction away from my house, getting the attention of Bobby.
Who goes there?
The smiling critter left her post, giving us the chance we were waiting for. We slipped into the house and arrived inside of the dining room. There, the upgrade I was seeking stood waiting on the table. With that, those critters won't stand a chance.
And neither will you.
Before we could claim our prize, the terrifying Catnap dropped down into the room, filling the area with smoke. The upgrade was nowhere to be seen.
You may have escaped me once, but you won't a second time.
On days 15 through 17, Candy and I were once again under attack by Catnap. We tried our best to fight back, but under the safety of his smokescreen, he was able to dodge our attacks while hitting us back with powerful blows of his own.
You can't see me, but I can see you!
He managed to land a devastating blow with his claws, leaving us weak. We wouldn't last much longer at this rate. I can't find the upgrade with the smoke around. I need to get rid of it.
How about we turn on a fan?
I looked up and spotted a bunch of fans on the ceiling. Unfortunately, it was too high for us to reach. How am I supposed to get up there?
You're not the only one with powers. Leave this to me.
Using her own abilities, Candy was able to create candy platforms, forming a path upwards. We quickly began to climb it as Catnap did everything in his power to stop us. Luckily, we managed to reach the fan, powering it on before he could. No more hiding, you coward! The air was soon cleared of smoke, paving the way forward towards the upgrade.
I don't need my smoke to defeat the likes of you. You'll still die by my hand.
With the playing field even once again, Candy and I jumped down back into the fray. It was time to finish this battle once and for all. On days 18 through 21, we were fighting against Catnap to prove who the stronger toy really was. Thanks to the smoke now being cleared, I was able to land my braid barrage attacks on him. He couldn't avoid me anymore.
Now's our chance! Get the upgrade!
While Catnap was dazed, I went for the upgrade. I'll show you who the rightful ruler of Playtime Co. really is! Candy and I gained even more power than before. We grew larger in size and even more incredible abilities. We unleashed our new Braid Barrage attack on Catnap, finally outmatching him in battle. At last, we came out on top.
That power, there's no mistaking it. You have abilities that not even the prototype has.
And there's more where that came from.
I was a fool to follow the prototype. I see now that the true god of this place is you. Please allow me to follow you instead.
I guess I'll allow it. An army isn't a bad thing to have to take back my throne.
Myself and my smiling critters will be at your beck and call.
We're a god now, huh? I could get used to this.
Don't let it get to your head, Candy. Suddenly, a huge booming sound was heard outside, causing the whole house to shake. Something was attacking. Looks like there's another intruder here. We better check it out. Candy and I rushed out the front door back to Sweet Street, determined to stop whoever was attacking my home. On days 22 through 25, I arrived on the other side to find Chum Chompkins had once again hunted us down.
We said it once, and we'll say it again. We're not going with you.
I think it's time I showed you my true power. Armed with our newest upgrade, Candy and I jumped into battle with Chum. He came after us with his Sonic Scream attacks, but he quickly found out just how powerful we had become. Using our new Braid Barrage powers, we managed to overwhelm the oversized hairball, taking him down once and for all.
My, what an impressive display.
Before we could celebrate our victory over Chum, the prototype himself crawled out before us. What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same thing. Weren't you supposed to burn up in the incinerator?
It'll take more than that to stop us.
That's right. We're going to defeat you and take over Playtime Co. as its rightful rulers.
Huh! You think you could stop me just because you got a few new parts? I'll put you in your place!
The prototype came for us this time, using his attacks to strike us down. We tried our best to fight back, but a mere 2 upgrades wouldn't be enough to stand up against him.
I might have spoken too soon.
We found ourselves on the ropes, nearing death. But before we could be finished off, Catnap jumped to our aid, knocking back the prototype.
There are more parts scattered around the factory. Find them and reach your full potential while you still can.
Oh, another traitor. I'll just dispose of you two!
The prototype turned his sights on the Catnap instead, buying us just enough time to escape Sweet Street before it was too late. On days 26 through 28, Candy and I managed to escape into another part of Playtime Co. in one piece. Catnap said there are more parts to upgrade with, but where should we start looking?
I'm not sure, but we better start moving. The prototype is on to us now.
With no leads, we began to scout out the halls in search of our next upgrade. However, as we did, we couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching us. Who goes there? I quickly used my braids to smash through a piece of cover, revealing Poppy and Kissy Missy on the other side.
Uh-oh, looks like you found us. Then we'll just have to make this quick. Get him, Kissy!
Without warning, the pink big body came after us full force. She tried to hit us down with her slash attack, not taking a moment to hold back. What are you doing? Don't you hate the prototype too?
Of course we do, but you used to work for him.
I tried to fight back with my new attacks, but Kissy was quick to overwhelm me. She was too strong. We made a run for it while we still had the chance.
Don't let them escape!
We were chased through the halls of Playtime Co. by Kissy Missy, but things got worse when we ran into a dead end. Kissy came down with a powerful attack, but luckily we were swift enough to dodge it in time. Instead, she smashed into a wall, revealing a secret passage.
That's our ticket out of here! Go!
The two of us ran through the passageway while we still had the chance, unsure of where it would take us. On days 29 through 32, we arrived on the other side of the passage to find ourselves inside of a secret laboratory. If there's an upgrade anywhere, it would be here.
Ooh, I want that one.
Just then, we spotted a set of robotic legs on the other side of the room. They looked just like the ones the prototype used. Now that's what I'm talking about!
Let's go get it! Hurry, hurry!
We took a step forward, but as we did, I accidentally stepped onto a pressure plate signaling the alarms.
Intruder alert. Activating lockdown sequence.
Uh-oh! Before we had time to think, the floor in front of us opened up and transformed into an obstacle course filled with deadly electrical traps.
Oh, now look what you did!
Don't blame me for this! Let's just get that upgrade before something stops us. We began to navigate the deadly obstacle course in hopes of reaching the upgrade on the other side. Soon, we were met with a wall of electricity that activated in surges. We carefully timed our movements, waiting for it to deactivate and passing through just before it sparked to life again. The electrical blocks stood in our way, but we carefully navigated through them to avoid taking fatal damage. Just a little more! Finally, we managed to reach the other side. The upgrade was within our grasp now.
It looks even better up close.
Let's grab that thing and get out of here.
Not so fast!
Before we could claim our prize, Giblet stepped forward to stop us. On days 33 through 35, Candy and I were face to face with Giblet, who was trying to keep us away from our prototype upgrade. First Poppy, now you too? What do you want?
I'm not letting you get any stronger. Neither you or the prototype will rule Playtime Co.
Then we'll just have to force you to move.
Candy fired off a bubble attack, trying to trap Giblet inside, but he was quick enough to dodge it.
You're not the only one who can upgrade with parts. Behold my true power!
We watched as he climbed into a nearby mech, transforming him into an all-new threat. The once tiny toy now towered over us with unbreakable armor and the power of a big-bodied toy.
I stand with Poppy and Kissy. You're both going down!
Without warning, Giblet unleashed his new attacks on us, trying to strike us down where we stood. His new armor had a strong punch that was difficult to get past. I fired my hair attacks to knock him back, and he responded with a fiery projectile that singed my hair. Candy and I tried our best to fight back, using my braids and upgraded powers to try and break through his armor. Unfortunately, his new mech was too powerful, even for us. How is he so strong? I need that upgrade!
Then grab it! Hurry!
We tried to make a run for the upgrade, but Giblet was quick to catch on. He aimed at us with his heavy mech punches, landing a powerful blow that left us weak.
Nice try, but this ends now!
On days 36 through 39, we were about to be defeated by the empowered Giblet, but luckily we managed to dodge his attack before it was too late. That's it! Time to fight fire with fire! Using my braids, I pushed Giblet backwards, causing him to fall into the electrical machine behind him. The electricity zapped him, stunning him inside of his upgrade.
Ah! My mech!
We took our chance to finally grab the prototype upgrade. Suddenly, my form changed as an all-new power surged through me. I grew bigger in size as even more braids sprouted from my head. I now had an all-new metallic body to match that of the prototypes, along with incredible new powers. Now you'll see why you should have never crossed us! Candy and I closed in on Giblet, but before we could finish him off, the prototype arrived.
Who dares to infiltrate my lab? Those parts don't belong to you!
The monstrous toy used his attacks on us, trying to take us down where we stood.
Hey, newsflash! We're not the only ones who broke in here. What about Giblet?
I'll deal with that pest once you two are out of the picture!
Armed with the power of our new upgrade, Candy and I were able to withstand the strength of his attacks. We tried our best to fight back, but despite our best efforts, the prototype was still on a completely different level.
You're strong, but one upgrade isn't enough to stop me!
The enemy unleashed a devastating fire breath attack, leaving us weak. We were no match for him. He's too strong!
Run!
The two of us made a run for it as the prototype chased after us in hot pursuit. On days 40 through 43, Candy and I were being chased through the halls of Playtime Co. by the prototype himself. He unleashed his clap attacks on us, trying to slow us down. But luckily, thanks to our new legs, we were fast enough to evade his attacks.
You can't run forever!
As we ran, I spotted something interesting above, but we didn't have time to slow down to take a better look. Did you see that? Rewatch the video at 0.25 speed and try to find Doughy the Doughman. Just as I thought we were getting some leeway, we were met with a split in the path. We had to decide which way we wanted to go.
Danger signs? Yeah, no, let's go down the right side path.
No, Candy, this is our chance to lose him. He'd never suspect us to go this way.
Fine, but you owe me.
Candy and I ignored the warning signs and went down the overgrown path, taking cover inside. We listened as the prototype foolishly took the bait and went the wrong way. My plan had worked. I think we lost him for now.
Great, now let's get out of here. This place gives me the creeps.
Before we could leave, a huge flower monster appeared in the room we were in. Looks like we found why this room has danger signs on it. We tried to run, but the monster grew vines out of the ground, stopping us dead in our tracks.
We're trapped!
Looks like we'll have to fight then. We braced ourselves as the mutant unleashed its attacks onto us. On days 44 through 46, Candy and I were fighting against the giant mutated plant. It used a poison seedling attack alongside its vines, trying to overwhelm us with them and infect us. However, we had new tricks up our sleeves too. It's time to see just how strong this new form is. We unleashed our new braid laser attacks on the plant tendrils, slowly weakening it. Running to each of its vine limbs, we dodged the poison seed pods, trying to avoid being killed. The bees tried their best to fight back, but our strength was too much for them to keep up. I continued the onslaught until the monster flower was finally defeated once and for all. If this is just the beginning of my power, the other upgrades are sure to be even more insane. I need to find them.
And that might be a good place to start. Look!
I turned to realize that an area that was once overgrown with roots had receded, revealing a tunnel. Train tracks? I wonder where they lead.
Only one way to find out. Let's get out of here.
Candy and I decided to follow the train tracks to see where they would take us. After a bit of traveling, soon we found ourselves inside of the game station, where sitting inside of a case was another upgrade. There it is, the next part! We ran in to grab the upgrade. However, before we could get too close, the ground shook under our feet.
What was that?
Looks like a new toy has wandered into my web.
Suddenly, Mommy Longlegs dropped down in front of us, stopping us in our tracks. We were just passing through.
You can't fool me. Time to do what I do best. Deal with naughty pests.
Without warning, she came after us full force, determined to tear us apart in battle. On days 47 through 50, we were locked in combat with Mommy Longlegs. She unleashed her hand attacks, trying to overwhelm us with her elastic arms. Candy and I tried our best to fight back, using all of our attacks we've acquired so far to keep her at bay. But she was tough. We don't want to fight you. We just need that part so we can stop the prototype.
After what you did to my family, I'll never let you escape.
Your family? But we didn't do anything to them.
Lies.
Suddenly, Mommy unleashed a powerful clap attack, leaving us vulnerable. At this rate, we were gonna lose this battle. We need that upgrade if we're gonna win.
Well, she's not letting us near it. Got any other ideas?
I quickly looked around and noticed a path that led down into another part of the game station. Through there, quickly! Candy and I fled into the other room and took cover inside as Mommy searched for us. Luckily, she lost sight of us for now and turned around to continue her hunt.
Jeez, what's her problem?
She thinks we did something to her family. Ugh, we need to get that upgrade and get out of here if we don't want to become spider food. Before we could relax, we heard the sound of skittering footsteps in the walls around us. Something was in the room with us.
I don't think we're alone in here.
Suddenly, Baby Longlegs crawled out from one of the tunnels in the walls and began shooting projectiles at us. Hey, stop that! You're not funny! I tried to shoo the spider away with my hairball attacks, but each time I tried, he would retreat back into the tunnels for cover.
Force isn't gonna work on him! I've got an idea!
Candy spat out a piece of delicious candy from her mouth and placed it onto the ground as bait.
Hey, little guy, come on out! We have a treat for you!
Yummy. Sweet!
To my surprise, her plan worked perfectly. Baby Longlegs crawled out and munched happily on his treat, leaving us alone. Not bad.
Come out, wherever you are.
Oh no, Mommy's coming back. We have to move.
Through the tunnels! Hurry!
With nowhere else to turn, the two of us escaped through one of the tunnels in the wall, unsure of where it would lead us. On days 51 through 54, Candy and I arrived at the other side of the tunnel where we found Daddy Longlegs locked up inside of a cage. Daddy, what are you doing trapped here?
Wait, don't come any closer.
We took a step forward and accidentally activated a pressure plate. Suddenly, a cage appeared around us, trapping us inside. What the?
I tried to warn you.
Before we could do anything, Poppy stepped forward from another doorway.
Aha! I finally got you.
Poppy? Let me go! We both know the prototype is the real villain here.
Don't play the hero. You helped him right until he betrayed you. As far as I'm concerned, both of you need to be stopped.
Then at least let Daddy go. What does he have to do with this?
Think of it as damage control. Mommy and her family are too unpredictable to let roam around this place freely. I'm trying to prevent problems.
That's not fair. You can't just decide who gets to be free and who doesn't.
I am not taking advice from the likes of you. In fact, I'm gonna make sure you don't escape this place.
Poppy turned and flipped a switch, causing the room to fill with strange green gas. What is this stuff?
Poison gas. It's a shame Daddy has to go down with you, but if it will stop you from terrorizing this place, then so be it.
You say I'm a monster, but you're the real one, Poppy.
Justify your actions all you want. I'm coming out on top.
Poppy left the room while we still had the chance, leaving Daddy and I at the mercy of the toxic fumes. We needed to escape before it was too late. On days 55 through 57, I was using everything in my power to try and break through the bars of our prison. However, despite my best efforts, the cage refused to budge. This is bad. At this rate, we're gonna be done for.
We just need to reach the switch. If only it wasn't so far.
Well, that's it. Braids, don't let me down. I used my braid beam through the bars of the cage and managed to reach the switch, breaking it. Thanks to my powers, I managed to deactivate the gas, causing it to subside. That should buy us more time at least.
Great, but how are we breaking these bars?
Let me give it a shot.
Candy used her bubblegum power to spawn a growing bubble outside of our cages. After it inflated enough, it bursted, causing the bars of the cage to crumble. Whoa! Why didn't you do that sooner?
You didn't ask.
With all of us now free, we tried to flee, but before we could, Mommy Longlegs dropped down in front of us.
Finally, I found you! You'll pay for what you did to my family!
Whoa, stop! It's not what you think! They saved me!
Daddy explained everything to Mommy, telling her the truth of who was behind the attacks.
So Poppy did this to you? Oh, I'm sorry for jumping to conclusions. I just wanted to protect my family.
I mean, you did almost kill us, but I guess it's okay.
Candy?
What? It's true.
Here, I think you two deserve this for helping us.
Mommy handed over the upgrade that we were after earlier. Candy and I picked it up, causing power to surge through us. We grew even larger in size and gained new explosive abilities. Now this is more like it. We're one step closer to defeating the prototype. Suddenly, the room began to shake violently around us. What was that?
It sounds like it's coming from the game station.
I'll check it out. Time to put this upgrade to the test. With our new upgrade in hand, Candy and I made our way back to the game station to see what was going on. On days 58 through 61, Candy and I returned to the game station to find the prototype waiting for us.
Looks like we found what was causing that shaking.
Well, if it isn't my former pawn, you're still kicking, I see.
Enough jokes. What do you want?
I'm here to tie some loose ends, starting with you.
Without warning, the prototype came after us full force. We braced ourselves as he unleashed his arsenal of attacks onto Candy and me. We tried to fight back with our new attacks, but not even they were enough to stop him. We still needed to get stronger if we were going to outmatch the prototype. He managed to land a devastating clap attack, leaving us vulnerable.
Your struggling has been fun, but I think it's time to wrap this up.
The prototype closed in on us, but just as we thought we were done for, he stopped in his tracks.
What the? Where did these come from?
Mommy Longlegs dropped down into the battle, ready to help us fight.
I'll hold him off. Run while you still can. The long legs are your allies now.
Thank you! Mommy kept the prototype at bay as Candy and I managed to escape from the game station in one piece.
He's still too strong. We need more parts.
Thankfully, we had Mommy back there to help us. Maybe having more allies wouldn't be a bad idea.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. I've always wanted my own army.
I guess you could call it that too.
Well, if it's an army you want, I know just the toy who can help. I'll take you to him. Come on.
On days 62 through 64, I followed Candy's lead to another part of Playtime Co. There, we found Brawn the dinosaur looming in the distance. Whoa, he's massive. Are you sure he'll help us?
Yeah, trust me. He's a longtime friend. Just bring me over there and I'll do the talking.
The two of us walked up to Brawn and greeted him.
Hey, Brawn! Long time no see.
Food!
Before we could say another word, the dinosaur came after us with his overwhelming dino strength. Luckily, we managed to dodge his attack before we became dino food.
Whoa, what gives? It's me, Candy Cat.
Candy, is that really you? You look different.
I've gotten myself into a new partnership. Anyways, why are you trying to eat us?
I'm sorry. I'm just starving. Ever since the prototype took over, me and the other toys haven't been able to eat anything.
Well, we actually came for a favor. We're trying to build an army to take down the prototype and need you and the other toys to join.
My men are far too weak to join a cause like that right now. If you want our help, we'll need some food first.
Well, I can give you guys some candy. I've always got some on me.
No, that won't do. We need something with more substance. Something that will give us our strength back.
I know how to make a mean crumpet. Will that do?
Yes, that's perfect.
Talk about picky. But fine, we'll do it.
I'm actually pretty excited. Looks like we're baking some crumpets. With our new mission in mind, Candy and I set off to begin our search for the ingredients. On days 65 through 67, we were looking through Playtime Co for the ingredients to make my special crumpets. Alright, we need wheat, sugar, and milk.
This seems complicated. Can't we just make something simpler and call it a day?
We promise crumpets. I'm giving crumpets.
Alright. Whatever you say.
We continued our search until Candy and I managed to stumble across a kitchen. Inside, we found a chest filled with the ingredients we were seeking. This is the jackpot! Everything we need is here! Now, Candy, I know the ingredients look delicious, but you can't have any. We need them for the crumpets.
That wasn't me.
Suddenly, the terrifying toy Yarnaby ran out in front of us, swallowing our ingredients whole. Hey, those aren't for you!
Yeah! Spit them out, you oversized plushie!
I don't think he liked that, Candy. We braced ourselves as the enraged toy came for us full force. On days 68 through 72, we were locked in battle with Yarnaby, trying to reclaim our stolen ingredients. He unleashed his slash attacks on us, trying to take us down with his razor-sharp jaws. We fought back with our attacks, trying to trip up the beast with my powerful braids, but it was impossible to break through his tough skin. Every hit we threw at him, he was able to endure.
If only we could burn through his armor!
Wait, that's it! I think it's time we heated things up! I managed to knock Yarnaby back with my laser attack, sending him tumbling into a nearby oven.
Shut the door!
I slammed the door shut, trapping the beast inside. We held him in until he finally began to quiet down.
Did we defeat him?
Only one way to find out. I opened the oven door, prepared to be faced with Yarnaby again. But to our surprise, all that remained was a plate of delicious crumpets. I guess he did have all the ingredients in his mouth. I wonder if they taste different.
Good enough. I'm sure Braun won't mind. Let's just get these to him already and get our army.
Candy and I took the crumpets back to Braun and handed them over as promised. He happily chowed down, turning back to his normal upbeat self.
These are amazing! Although that's strange. I think I found some yarn in mine.
Don't worry about that.
We kept our end of the deal. Now you gotta keep yours.
Fair enough. Come with me. I'll show you my allies.
We followed behind Braun as he led us to another part of Playtime Co. On days 73 through 75, I arrived in a new area with Braun, only to find that the place had been left in complete ruin.
Oh no! What happened here?
Braun frantically looked around, but his men were nowhere to be seen.
They're gone! They're all gone! Someone must have taken my friends!
It could have been Poppy or even the prototype.
Do either Poppy or the prototype have teeth like this?
To our surprise, Braun dropped down a sharp fang.
Yikes! Looks like we're dealing with something new.
Don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this. Just wait here. Candy and I began to look more into the area for clues. As we searched, I discovered tufts of blue fur laying around on the ground. Candy, are you shedding?
No way! My fur is way more beautiful than that ugly shade. It's gotta be from whatever attacked here.
We then saw the blue hair trailed off in a specific direction. I realized that we must have been closer to an answer than we had originally thought. Well, whatever attacked shouldn't have gotten far. Let's move. We followed the trail until we found ourselves in another room. There, blue fur was scattered all over the area. Come out! I know you're hiding, you monster!
Here he comes!
Suddenly, Huggy Wuggy jumped out of nowhere, ambushing us. We braced ourselves as the ravenous bigger body toy came after us with everything he's got. On days 76 through 79, Candy and I were fighting against Huggy Wuggy. He used his blood needle attacks on us, trying to strike us down where we stood, but we were able to endure them, unleashing counterattacks of our own. We used our attacks to try and take him down quickly, but Huggy used his incredible speed to evade our attacks. Come on, hold still! I finally managed to land a devastating blow, causing Huggy to make a run for it. He fled from the room, leaving Candy and I alone.
Looks like we found our culprit.
But the toys aren't here. Where did he take Braun's friends?
Only one way to find out. Follow him!
Candy and I chased after Huggy Wuggy in hopes of him taking us to the lost toys. Soon, we found ourselves in conditioning, where, sure enough, we found them locked inside of a cage. There you are! Braun sent us to help.
It's not safe here. Huggy's got you right where he wants you now.
What do you mean? Suddenly, Huggy came out of nowhere, ambushing us again. You won't get away again! I tried to strike him down once and for all, but Huggy managed to flee into the walls of conditioning, dodging my attack. Huh? Before I could react, the big body toy popped out of nowhere, ambushing us again. Each time I tried to land an attack, he managed to slip away, only to come back with a counter hit of his own.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. He knows everything about conditioning. You'll never be able to defeat him as long as he's got the walls.
Then we'll just have to find a way to lure him out. On days 80 through 83, we were fighting a losing battle against Huggy Wuggy. We needed to find a way to bait him out. We took cover inside one of the rooms in conditioning and realized a projector was sitting inside of it.
Ooh, I wonder what movies they have here.
Wait, this might just be the distraction we needed. I powered on the projector and took cover behind some boxes within the room. Sure enough, Huggy emerged from hiding and rushed into the room to see where the noise was coming from. I've got you now! With his back turned, I was finally able to land the finishing blow, taking down Huggy Wuggy once and for all. Upon his death, he dropped the key to the toy's prison.
That's what you get for messing with us.
And we've got the key too! Let's help the others. Candy and I returned to the cage, freeing all of Braun's friends.
I can't believe it! You actually were able to save us!
And that's just the beginning. When we're done here, the prototype won't even remain.
Well, you're a friend of ours now. Take this.
To our surprise, Cappy handed over another upgrade. I quickly grabbed it, causing our form to once again grow even more powerful. I can feel my power reaching its peak. One more upgrade and I'm sure I can take on the prototype.
Maybe one of our other allies has a lead.
I think it's time we had a group meeting. Everyone go get Braun and meet us at my house. I'm hosting a tea party. On days 84 through 86, Candy and I returned back to my dollhouse to begin the preparations for our tea party.
Is all of this necessary? We could just hold a meeting.
You're not wrong, but I've always wanted to host a tea party. Now's my chance. Just let me have this.
All right. I'll let you do you.
I began to set everything up, decorating the dining room to look fantastic for our guests.
Wow, it looks amazing.
But it's missing the most important thing, tea. How are we supposed to have a tea party without tea?
Maybe you've got some in the kitchen?
We entered my kitchen, but when we walked inside, we discovered 3 presents sitting in a row. What the? I didn't put those there.
It could be a trap. Be careful.
Suddenly, Boxy Boo jumped out from behind one of them.
Surprise! I heard you were having some tea problems, so I thought I'd make myself useful.
What is all of this, and what are you doing in my house?
You invited me, remember?
I think it's time we had a group meeting. Everyone go get Braun and meet us at my house. I'm hosting a tea party.
I just want to play a little game. And one of these here 3 boxes is the tea that you're looking for. If you can guess the right one, you win. But if you guess wrong, well, you owe me something.
Oh yeah? What do you want?
Oh, nothing major. You just owe me, your soul.
Sheesh. High stakes for some tea.
Those are my terms. So, what do you say?
Hey, I think I've got this. I'm a cat, so I can sniff out the right one.
Isn't it dogs that have a good sense of smell?
Oh, quiet. Just trust me, okay?
All right, if you think you've got this, you're on.
Excellent. Yahoo! Now, pick the right box.
Candy and I carefully observed the boxes. I let Candy smell each one in hopes of picking out what the correct one was. Well, any luck?
That's strange. None of these have tea in them.
What? But that would mean the game's rigged.
No, it's whatever do you mean?
Actually, I do smell something, and it's coming from Boxy himself.
No, wait!
I've had enough of this chump! Let's get him!
Candy and I turned on the toy, unleashing our magic hair bomb attack on him. Sure enough, he was defeated, leaving the tea we were seeking in his wake. What a jerk! And to think I was about to fall for that trap.
Well, you finally got your tea. Let's finish setting up the party.
With our tea now in hand, Candy and I finished the preparations for the party. And just in time, too. All of our allies had already gathered in the dining room. Thank you all for coming. This tea party is a thank you for everything you've done to help in my cause. Please, enjoy.
You've gathered quite the crew.
Tell me about it. I didn't expect Mommy Longlegs to be here.
What do you mean by that?
Nothing. You just don't normally work with other toys.
Well, I work with Lovebraids, you nasty flea bag!
You all seem to be hitting it off.
Something like that.
Hey, while everyone is here, we should discuss our next steps.
Oh, great idea, Candy. Everyone, listen up. I need one more part if I'm going to take down the prototype. Does anyone have a good lead?
Me and my smiling critters haven't seen anything.
Neither have me and my toys.
Actually, Baby made me the cutest little drawing the other day. I think it might be a good clue.
Mommy placed the drawing onto the center of the table for all of us to see. It was some sort of map.
Will a child's drawing really help? I bet he just made it up.
Well, it's the only lead we have. It's worth checking out. Before I had a chance to grab the map, Poppy came in out of nowhere, snatching it for herself.
I'll be taking that. The final part is ours.
Hey, you weren't invited.
Catch that thief! I ran after Poppy full speed, determined to reclaim what was ours. On days 87 through 89, we chased Poppy through the halls of my dollhouse, trying to take back our stolen map. She did her best to shake us off, but we finally managed to corner her. You really think you can outrun me in my own home?
No, that's why I have backup.
Suddenly, Kissy Missy came out of nowhere, attacking us with her powerful slashes. We're not the same toy you fought all those days ago. Prepare to taste our real power! We unleashed all of the new abilities we had gained over our journey. Kissy tried her best, but she was no match for our new strength. After a tough battle, we finally managed to weaken the pink big body.
Kissy!
If you want to live, surrender now!
Fine, we surrender.
Poppy handed over the map and I took it back for myself.
Are we free to go?
Leaving so soon? The party's just getting started. I executed my plan, locking Kissy and Poppy inside of my basement.
Let us go!
After that stunt you pulled? No way!
We think it's better if you stay here for the night. We can't have you causing us more trouble.
You'll pay for this. Reinforcements are already on their way.
Wait, what do you mean? Suddenly, the room around us shook violently. It looked like we had more unexpected guests upstairs.
She totally blew our cover!
We have to make sure the others are okay. Hurry! Candy and I hurried back to the others before it was too late. On days 90 through 92, Candy and I returned to the main entrance of the house to find that Giblet had arrived in his mech. Poppy really had called for backup.
I got an SOS signal. Where are you holding Poppy and Kissy?
We'll never tell a ratty toy like you.
If that's the case, I'll find them myself. Move out of the way.
We'll never tell you. The final part belongs to us.
Then I'll just have to force you.
Giblet turned on us, using the power of his mech to smash his fist into my body while also firing a barrage of flames at me. He was powerful just like our battle from before, wielding unbreakable armor that made it even hard for our new attacks to pierce. We tried our best to strike him down, but it was no use. Giblet was still too powerful to defeat.
We need that final part. It's the only way.
How are we supposed to escape? He's relentless. Suddenly, Giblet was stopped in his tracks. He looked down and discovered that webs were scattered all around his feet.
Webs? What is this?
Don't you mess with our leader!
Mommy Longlegs dropped down from the ceiling and wrapped Giblet up in even more webs until he was completely trapped. Mommy!
My webs are strong, but they won't hold him for long. Go, look for the part while you still can.
Thanks, we will. We took our chance to keep moving. Excuse me?
I will destroy you! You hear me?
We followed the map in hopes of finding the final part we needed to reach our full potential. On days 93 through 95, we arrived at the location on the map and discovered the final part we were seeking. However, it was sealed behind a massive toy statue. Oh, this should be no problem for us. I readied my braids to tear the statue apart, but to my surprise, it spoke.
What do you two toys want?
Oh, it can talk.
Move aside! We need that upgrade!
If you wish to proceed, you must answer my questions. Only those who are worthy will pass.
Fine, we'll play your game.
Excellent!
Question 1. Who is the creator of Playtime Company?
Oh, that's easy. Elliot Ludwig.
Correct! Question 2. Who was the first bigger body toy to be created?
Obviously the prototype. Come on, do you think we're that stupid? Come up with something harder.
Don't provoke him, Candy.
Fine. You want something harder. Answer this. Who is the most popular toy released from Playtime Co?
Wouldn't that be Huggy or...
Candy Cat! All of the kids love Candy Cat!
That's incorrect! You will both be eliminated!
Without warning, the statue began to fire deadly lasers down onto us. You just had to open your mouth!
What? I'm a very popular toy!
I guess we'll do this the old-fashioned way. Using our laser attacks, we fought back, smashing the statue to smithereens.
We should have just done that from the beginning.
Well, what's done is done. Let's get that upgrade and get out of here. Candy and I finally went in to claim the final part, but before we were able to, Giblet arrived on the scene.
Nobody is getting that upgrade as long as I'm here.
On days 96 through 98, we were once again face to face with Giblet and his powerful mech. How did you get here? My allies trapped you.
You have to do better than that to stop me. Now, hand over the upgrade.
Over our dead body.
Candy fired off a hairball attack that bounced off Giblet's armor like nothing. It wasn't strong enough to defeat him, but it was enough to get our point across.
Fine. Then we'll do this the hard way.
Giblet readied his weapons and jumped into battle. It was time to fight for our upgrade. He came after us with his missile attacks, forcing us to retaliate with our own hair projectiles. However, just like our battle from before, we weren't going to stop him without the upgrade in hand.
That's it. I've been chewing on this gum since day one. It's time to see what it can do.
Candy suddenly sealed Giblet within a giant gum bubble, just like she had at the beginning of our journey. Whoa, nice!
I've been saving that one. Now hurry, let's get the upgrade.
I took the chance Candy made for us and grabbed the final upgrade. Power surged through us as we grew into an even more powerful and unstoppable version of ourselves. We were now the ultimate toy.
No!
Finally, it's mine! Neither you or the prototype will stop us now. We turned and fired off our powers at Giblet. Thanks to the upgrade, they cut through his armor like butter. His mech was demolished, leaving only him in its wake.
You won't get away with this!
I already have. Ta-ta! With one final blow, Candy and I defeated Giblet once and for all, leaving nothing in his wake but a map titled The Prototype. Oh, this will take us straight to the traitor himself.
Let's hunt him down and show him what we're made of.
I like the way you think, Candy. It's time to take control of this place once and for all. With the final upgrade in our grasp and our lead in hand, the two of us set off in search of the prototype. The final battle was approaching. On day 99, Candy and I traveled through Playtime Co, following the map we had gotten in our previous battle. Do you really think the prototype is going to be there when we arrive?
I'm not sure, but this is our best lead. We have to take advantage of it.
You know, I've been thinking, and any other toy would have left by now. This is my battle to fight. Why did you want to team up with me in the first place?
I already told ya. I want to rule this place alongside you.
Yeah, but what's stopping you from just joining the prototype instead?
Because he doesn't know how this place should be run. He'll be a far better leader than he ever was. And besides, nothing is stopping him from just betraying me too like he did to you.
I guess it will be kind of hard to split us up at this point anyways, considering our current form.
Hey, I don't mind being attached at the hand to you. It's a pretty sweet gig. And besides, I don't even have to walk anymore. I have my own personal chauffeur.
Wow, you're lazy.
I'm a cat. What do you expect?
Good point.
In any case, I'm your partner until the very end. Let's show the prototype why he shouldn't mess with the two of us.
You've got it. Finally, we arrived at the location on the map. But as we entered the area, we realized the prototype was nowhere to be seen. Oh no, was the lead a dud?
I wouldn't be so sure. Wait, what's that?
I turned to see that Candy was pointing out a strange dough-man. However, it quickly disappeared before we could get a closer look. That must be one of the Easter eggs. Did you find them all? Be sure to rewatch the video from the beginning to look for them.
You dare show yourself here.
Suddenly, the prototype emerged before us. At last, we were once again faced with the toy who betrayed me all of those days ago. Your time of ruling this place is over. I'm taking what's rightfully ours.
I have to admit, your struggle is entertaining to watch. but I think it's time that I put a stop to it now.
We could have ruled this place together. Why did you have to betray me?
Because I would rather die than rule alongside a weakling like you.
We can arrange that.
Oh, now you're threatening me! Do you really think that hodgepodge of toy scraps is enough to win?
You'd be surprised at how powerful we've become.
Really? Do I need to remind you of all the other times I've nearly crushed you over these 100 days?
We were still gathering our power. Why don't you come and see what we can really do now?
You know what? Fine. This could be amusing. It's time you put your power where your mouth is. You die here, Lovebraids!
We braced ourselves as the prototype stormed in for the final battle. It was time to take back what had been stolen from me. It was time to take over Playtime Co. On day 100, Candy and I collided with the prototype in the final battle. The fate of Playtime Co. was about to be decided. The prototype came after us with his attacks. Just like our battles before, he was a powerful foe, and by far the strongest toy we had fought over our journey. But we were prepared for anything now. We fought back with all the attacks we had gathered, doing our best to whittle down the prototype hit by hit. Just like we had hoped, our upgrades put us up to par with his strength. We were neck and neck.
Your power's impressive, but you'll never stop me! Playtime Co. is mine!
Suddenly, the prototype released red smoke into the room. He vanished into the smoke screen, making him impossible to see. Where did he go? I tried to search through the smoke for the enemy, but the thick gas began to get to my head, making me feel woozy. Ugh, the poppy gas is getting to my head. This is bad.
You're in my domain. You always will be.
I tried to continue fighting, but it was no use. The effects of the poppy gas were too much for me to push through.
Just give up. You'll never defeat me. I've nearly defeated you so many times already.
The effects of the gas went from bad to worse as visions of our previous battle flashed before my eyes. Our repeated failures played on loop over and over in my head, making me feel even more helpless. Maybe he's right. Maybe I am a failure.
Lily! Don't listen to him! We've got this!
Suddenly, Candy's voice broke through the noise, snapping me back to reality. But we lost to him so many times. What makes this time any different?
We've got the power of our upgrades now. Now lock in! I'm not letting that piece of scrap metal beat us!
You're right. We've come too far to give up now. I focused back onto the battle at hand, but the smokescreen concealed the prototype well. I couldn't find him. He could be anywhere. Where are you hiding?
Behind you!
Suddenly, the prototype crept in from behind, trying to land a surprise attack. But thanks to Candy, I was able to react first, turning the tide to the battle.
What? No!
This ends now! I used my braid laser attack to shatter the prototype's armor. He fell in defeat as we finally took over the factory. At last, I had gotten my revenge.